Good afternoon or good morning to those of you, depending upon where you are. If you're looking in around the world, we greet you. If you're here in League City, it's a bright, sunny morning on Good Friday. We're glad that each of you are here today. Thank you for taking time out of your day to visit with League City Toastmasters. My name is Scott Livingston. I'm the president of League City Toastmasters, and I'm calling this meeting to order. And let's just go around and do some very, very quick introductions. Again, I'm Scott Livingston. I'm the president of League City Toastmasters. Alicia, would you please introduce yourself?
Yes. Good morning, everybody. I am Alicia Lamborghini West. I am the Vice President of Education. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. And Megan, would you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. I am Megan Lemaster, and I am the Vice President of Membership.
Thank you, Megan. And welcome, Renee. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning. I'm Renee Griffin. I've been a member of League City Toastmasters since October 2020. I am the League City Toastmasters recording secretary.
Thank you, Renee. And Sonia, would you please introduce yourself? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute, Sonia. Can you unmute? There you go. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Sonia Phillips. I work for League City. I joined the Toastmaster maybe a couple months ago, and I hope to continue in Toastmaster.
Thank you, Sonia. Welcome. And I see a guest. Is it, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Hui or Hui?
Huey.
Huey, would you like to introduce yourself, Huey?
Yeah, my full name is Huey Chen. I come from Vietnam and I currently study and live in Vietnam as well. I'm 21 years old and a junior student in the School of Law in my university. This means I'm going to be a lawyer in the future. So I want to improve my skill, have fun and good time, connect people all over the world in the middle of this pandemic. So, you know, to feel better well-being. And so good to see all of you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Hui. And please say it again. You said you're calling in from Vietnam?
Vietnam, yeah.
And what time is it in Vietnam right now?
It's 9:33 p.m.
9:33 p.m. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, we're glad you're with us today, Huey. Welcome.
Yeah.
Huey, okay, come on back.
Say it again, Renee.
Huey, come on back.
She mean thank you in English. In Vietnamese, that's we got cảm ơn bạn. That's mean thank you. So, yeah, good to hear that, Renee.
That's fantastic, Renee. I didn't know you knew Vietnamese. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, fantastic. What a way to get started. Okay, guys. So just a few announcements. We have made some changes to our agenda process. So what that means is that members of League City Toastmasters, I'm talking about people who pay their dues to Toastmasters International, as well as those individuals who pay their dues to the club, are what we call members of League City Toastmasters, okay? And those are the individuals who have an account and can log in and sign up for roles on our agenda. And those are the ones who can participate the most in our meetings. Now, we allow guests to participate in a part of our meetings as well, but the members, the ones who pay their dues, are the ones who get to participate the most in our regular meetings. And the agenda is set up this way. I know that Alicia fills out the agenda, and then she will send it out to email to all of our members and give them an open opportunity to sign up for any role or roles that they want. And then about a week or so before our meeting, either she or I will send out the agenda again. We'll say, okay, sign up for roles, sign up for roles. And then we meet about 8:15 in the morning before each meeting to fill any roles that still need to be filled. So that's the way we do it. So it's very inclusive, but at the same time, people are expected to fill out their own role sheets and to sign up for roles. And then we fill in the remaining roles at 8:15 before every meeting. That seems to be the most efficient and fastest way to do it. The other thing too, is it's now time to pay your dues to Toastmasters International. I believe it's $45. The deadline was actually last night. There may be a penalty now of $20 extra. I'm not sure. Just go into your account and pay, use your credit card, and then you can use Venmo and send $10 to League City Toastmasters. And that's the way you can pay all your dues for Toastmasters International and also League City Toastmasters. With that, let's go ahead and continue. But before we jump into the meeting, any other announcements from our officers? Anything that I failed to mention? Okay, I didn't. All right, let's go ahead and keep going then with our meeting. Today, we've got an exciting meeting. We have a prepared speaker, which will be Renee Griffin. We also have an evaluator who's going to evaluate Renee's speech. We're going to go through all of our roles in just a second, and we're also going to have table topics. Basically, that's an opportunity where everyone, including our guests, are going to have an opportunity to speak an impromptu or give an impromptu speech. Nothing to be afraid of, but it's something where everybody gets to participate. So we're going to have a great meeting today, and we'll be finished by 9:30 a.m. Okay, guys, so here we go. And at this time, I would like to hand the meeting over to our Toastmaster, and our Toastmaster for the day is Ms. Megan Lemaster. Welcome to the podium, Megan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Livingston. So the theme of our meeting today is our club's changes, and Scott has just spoken a bit about those. So what I'm going to do is call upon the various roles to explain their roles, members to explain the role. So first I'd like to call upon the timer to explain your role. Timer.
Well, I am going to be the timer today, so I am going to take the time. Is this for the speakers, a formal speaker role, and then for the table topics. So for the formal speaker is 5 to 7 minutes, I think, unless you, Renee, sign up for more or less time. And the table topics are 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes. So I am going to, at 1 minute and a half, I am going to put green, 2 minutes yellow, and then red. So you have to start wrapping up your speech. This is what I am going to do as a timer.
Thank you, Alicia.
I'd
I'd like to now call on the grammarian to explain your role. And it looks like Renee is our grammarian.
My role as grammarian is to introduce the word of the day and to encourage its use by all participants. I will note who uses the word of the day correctly or incorrectly. I will listen to word usage and note any awkward misuse of the English language, such as incomplete sentences or improper grammar. Now, fellow Toastmasters, the word of the day is joyful. The meaning of the word is cheerful, full of happiness and delight. Here's an example of how that word can be used. Easter and Passover are joyful seasons of the year. Thank you.
Thank you. Our counter and our ballot counter will both be filled by Scott. So Scott, if you wouldn't mind to please explain your role.
Yes, thank you, Madam Toastmaster. So the counter listens for crutch and filler words like but, so, you know, I think. Basically, they're pause words where someone camps out on a phrase or a word. And the idea is we want to have continuity in our speaking pattern, and even silence is better than or but or so. So I'll be looking at that in all of our speakers today for everyone. I count each occurrence up to a maximum of 5 per speaker, and that is the role of the counter. As the ballot counter, my role is to use ballots and provide opportunities for us to vote for the best prepared speaker, vote for the best table topic speaker, and also vote for the best evaluator. I will present that poll at the appropriate time. Everyone will get to vote online, and that means everybody, guests and members alike. I will act as a secret tiebreaker, and I will also encourage members to make use of the comment portions on the ballot. In other words, we can send chat to one another to give each other encouragement. We'll do that at the appropriate time as well. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Livingston. We'd like to move into the prepared speech portion of our meeting today, and I would like to introduce Renee Griffin. She is on the pathway Presentation Mastery, Level 2, Understanding Your Communication Style. Her project title is Communication. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Take it away, Toastmaster Griffin.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Communication. We often take it for granted, but it is a two-way process for reaching mutual understanding through verbal, nonverbal, and written messages. Communication style is defined as the way in which we as individuals interact with one another and the messages we send, intentionally or not, through our behaviors. Determining each of our own communication styles can help us improve how we share information with others. Learning how to effectively communicate with styles different from our own will enable us to establish effective relationships and create better understanding. It's important to recognize how effective communication can impact my interactions with others. It can lead to higher efficiency and good morale in the workplace, increased innovation and creative potential in groups, and satisfactory personal and familial relationships. Recognizing that communication styles are often situational, it's important to monitor my application of communication styles. When necessary, I'm going to adjust my behavior and adopt new styles to fit a situation, a team, or the person with whom I'm speaking. There is so much research and so many theories about communication styles and their impacts. To develop a deeper understanding, I am going to do more research. I can tell you that my experience with this pathway with Toastmasters prompted me to consider and ponder some key questions. What should I do, and when should I adjust my communication style? How does my preferred communication style impact me as a listener? How can understanding of my communication style improve my interactions with others? How can I tailor my communication style to match situational expectations? Through this journey on this Toastmasters pathway, I delved into understanding different communication styles. I identified my preferred communication style and recognized how my communication style may impact my interactions. Furthermore, I gained great insight to determine how to improve my relationships by mastering and adapting my application of communication styles based on the situation. As I initiated my experience with this pathway in Toastmasters, I completed a questionnaire to identify my communication style. The goal of understanding my communication style preferences is to communicate with others in a way that is comfortable and effective. I found that I score high as a direct and initiating communicator. My scores, however, for supportive and analytical communication styles were a tad bit lower. Each communication style has value, and there is no best overall style. Having higher scores in the direct and initiative communication styles indicates that I am comfortable using those styles in many situations, but it is not necessarily what I choose in all communication. As I mentioned a moment ago, I score high as a direct and initiating communicator. What does that mean? Decisive, competitive, independent, and confident. Because my direct communication style is focused, results-oriented, ambitious, goal-oriented, and driven, others may perceive me as strong-willed or demanding. I can be perceived as impatient when I'm bored. I like to feel in control and may become frustrated if I have to depend on others. I measure progress by achievements and successes, and I am motivated by challenges. At work, I display more concern for results than relationships, and I do not easily share feelings. My pace is fast and decisive, and I like an easy, efficient, structured, and formal environment. As an initiating communicator, I'm enthusiastic, energetic, spontaneous, and fun-loving. Due to my gregarious nature, I may be perceived as someone who talks a bit more than listens. I'm often perceived as self-assured, innovative, and persuasive, though. I like to feel accepted, and I'm motivated by relationships. I respond strongly to praise and approval. My pace is fast, and I may appear impulsive at times. I prefer a stimulating, personal, and friendly work environment. As a direct communicator, I prefer when people get to the point quickly and in a succinct manner. If you're talking to me, be specific and avoid over-explaining or repeating yourself. Focus on solutions. The initiating communicator in me values interacting with others and sharing stories. I like having time for socializing at the beginning of meetings like Toastmasters, and I like to create a friendly, non-threatening environment. In communication with me, I would ask that you provide time for me to express feelings and opinions. The areas where I score lower are supportive communication and analytical communication. To strengthen my supportive communication style, I need to seek out the trust and reassurance of others before expressing my opinions and ideas. I'm going to be more cognizant of that going forward. The analytical communicator in me stems from my background experience as a journalist. I like facts and figures. Present information to me in an organized manner and be prepared to answer questions. And be patient while I think through and process new information. Toastmasters. In my latest Toastmasters International Pathways project, I learned to identify different communication styles, understand my preferred communication style, and recognize how my communication style may impact my interaction with others. This engaging, introspective activity enabled me to discover ways I may improve my relationships by mastering and adapting my communication styles and tailoring my message to match situational expectations. The way I speak at the dinner table will be different from the way I speak during a conference room meeting at work. And both of those experiences will be somewhat different from the way I interact during a Toastmasters meeting. Toastmasters, I highly recommend the Toastmasters International Presentation Mastery Pathway Level 2, Understanding Your Communication Style. You will benefit greatly, just as I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Griffin. At this time, we will take 1 minute to send any feedback you may have to our speaker, and please use your chat feature on the Zoom to send her your feedback. We'll reconvene in 1 minute. Timer, how are we on time? Well, at this time, I'm assuming we have passed a minute. And so at this time, I would like to joyfully turn over the lectern to our table topics master. So Alicia. Oh, Alicia's on mute.
Okay, for today, I was thinking about the topic, and I choose one that is very joyful. That is, what are your plans for after the pandemic? We are in a big step now with all the vaccinations going on and all the things that put our country on the top of the world. You know, we have 38% of people already vaccinated and a lot going on. So we are in a very, very good moment. So this put us in a place that what are our plans for after the pandemic? It's going to be kind of a new world. What are the things that you want to continue? What are the things you want to improve? What are the things that you don't want to do anymore? What are your plans in general? And I am going to start with myself to give such an example or something. My plan that I
Hold on a second. Hey, so I'm going to time you, Alicia. And
yeah.
let's go back over the rules for the timing.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at the timer report form.
Right.
And I don't see impromptu on there. Oh, there it is, table topics. So it's green light at 1.
Okay.
It's yellow at 1.5.
Okay.
And then red at 2.
Okay.
And disqualify at 2:31. Okay. So I'll time you, and sorry for the interruption. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Go ahead.
Perfect. Okay. Reset. Okay. So my plans are, you know that my specialty are related with women. So I am developing a program for women related with alcohol, not for alcoholic women, for women that are crossing the line, that are between a place that is between social drinking and almost alcoholic, crossing the line there. So I am developing a program to help those women to recover their lives to set new goals and to strengthen themselves with all the things that they went through in the pandemic. So thank you very much. And I am going to, who wants to continue with this topic?
I want to continue.
Okay, Sonia, perfect. Go ahead.
For me, after the pandemic it's a time that join to my family again. As any of us, we are always secluded in our home for precaution, and friends and families, just the communication by Zoom or by mail or email or chat. But the most joyful time when you have friends or family is just hug them. So that's like I'm looking for right now. That's the after the pandemic. Looking for hug my friends that I don't see for years. But because some of friends live in Peru, I am from Peru, and I need to travel over there. So in the pandemic time, all the 2020, I couldn't go over there. And my basic topic for this kind of the after pandemic is just go over there, spend time with them, hug to them, and be happy. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, who wants to continue?
I can go.
All right. Okay, go ahead, Scott.
After the pandemic, I hope to reap the rewards for all the things that my community, my family, my friends, and I have invested during the pandemic. And what I mean by that expression is that it's always difficult during a pandemic. It's always difficult when there are challenging times. However, my community, my friends, my family, I have been doing some things during the pandemic that will help us when we come out of the pandemic. So for example, we refinanced our home. We've been saving money. We've gone on a few vacations to some remote areas. You know, we were practicing social distancing and so forth. However, we were very joyful to get away. We were joyful to be with one another. We were joyful to find opportunities to go on vacation and to invest in our family and to invest in one another. And we anticipate that we'll be able to reap the rewards of that because of our investment, even in the midst of difficult times. The community has made investments. They have made great strides in repairing streets and roads and drainage. They've lowered the tax rate. They have supported our businesses. They've built relationships. They've become stronger. And I think that's going to make us even stronger when we come out of the pandemic. My family has made decisions in the midst of the pandemic, hard decisions that I believe will pay off when we come out of the pandemic. Also in society, I believe that we as Americans and also citizens of the world, I believe that we're going to be strong when we come out of the pandemic. My encouragement, therefore, is for people who still have opportunities to do things in the midst of the pandemic that maybe they would not normally do, because I believe that there will be a tenfold increase on the benefits of whatever you invest in the pandemic as compared to a normal environment. So I'm very joyful in these times, even in the midst of the trials. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate your listening today.
Okay, who wants to continue?
It's 9 o'clock.
What about you, Joey? Yes.
All right, so you asked me about my plan to continue my life after the pandemic. Then I would rather to say that I want to fulfill my dream, or I have a variety of things that I miss. Just like I miss my opportunity, you know, to go outside my country, not for traveling. But in my university, I had some kind of competition between the students in South Asia, from Thailand, from Indonesia, the law student, and we connect each other. And this competition every year is take place in Thailand. But last year, due to the pandemic, I have to join the competition online. So I don't think this experience is better than you try to go to Thailand, to Bangkok, and have a competition in person. So if the pandemic is gone, I will try to join it again this year and go to Thailand and have some experience to connect to the people all over the world in South Asia. And also I have a plan, to move to the other country after graduation. My plan is go to Singapore to work. That's maybe after 2 or 3 years. Later, I graduate from my university and have experience in the private company, the law, and then I will have a chance to get the PR. PR doesn't mean permanent resident to move to Singapore. But the airline is suspended, so I have to wait until the airline is open again, just to move to the country, to work or have my job. And if I miss my chance to move to the other country, I will start a business, because now in Vietnam we have a bunch of the big company, the business thing that they go broke, they bankrupt. So if the pandemic is gone, the big company is no longer strong as before. So it's my chance, to start a business, start a company, or that's a big advantage for me. So that's my plan in the future after pandemic. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
I think so.
You're on mute.
Alicia, you are muted.
Sir.
I'd like to go next.
Okay, who wants to continue?
I'd like to go next.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
As we're gathered here, Toastmasters, around our virtual table for talking, the question has been posed: what will you do after the pandemic? How will things change? We're being prompted to look into each of our respective futures. And as I look into my future beyond this situation that has been so challenging and in a lot of ways very emotional, I can say that once we are out of this pandemic, I am looking forward to being more engaged with people in person again. Technology is great. Zoom is very intuitive in a lot of ways and very helpful for connecting people. However, I really believe that my life will be so much better and I will feel so much more normalized when the day comes for all of us to feel comfortable and confident being engaged with one another on a one-on-one basis. That encompasses not only engagement in the workplace and in day-to-day interactions, going to the store and to various social gathering places such as our houses of worship, but it also encompasses the ability to travel again and to explore, providing opportunities for all of us to be joyfully and fully engaged with one another socially. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you. Okay, do we have more time for table topics or?
I believe so.
Okay, so we have you, Megan. Do you want to talk about after pandemic? What are your plans?
Sure. One thing that I have found really interesting to watch over the past year is how this pandemic has exposed some toxic parts of the American work culture. For example, at least in my work, it was very common to come into work if you had a cold, if you were sick, you just tough it out, go in anyway, and rarely, if ever, take sick time when you were sick. I think that after this, for example, I would never at this point in time dream of going into work if I had a runny nose or a cough, any kind of outwardly sick symptoms. And I think that's a good thing. I think that being able to stay at home and take care of yourself fully is an important part of maintaining your kind of work-life balance and your sanity. Also, for me, prior to the start of the pandemic, I would typically sit in my car for upwards of 2 hours a day, commuting back and forth to my office space. At this last year, I have been working from home, and I have been gifted 2 hours a day that I can do more interesting things. I started taking walks. I started sewing. I used my time in a much more fulfilling manner than flipping through podcasts sitting on 45, which I did for upwards of 10 hours a week at a time. So my hope as we emerge from the other side of this pandemic is that we will our culture will shift a little bit, so there's much more acceptance of true work-life balance. That is my hope. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, everybody to participated in this table topic. Thank you very much for all your presentations and ideas, and all very productive, very joyful, and very positive. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I turn on to the Toastmasters.
Thank you, Alicia. At this time, I would like to call on the timer for the timer's report for the table topics participants.
Well, the formal speaker was on time, perfect, as well as everybody else in the table topics.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
at this time, I would like to encourage members to vote for our best table topic speaker. Scott, do we have a poll, or
Yes.
shall we use our?
Yes,
Okay.
here comes
All
the poll. Let me launch it. Hold on
Okay.
just a second. You should see it. Everybody see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
After everyone's voted, Scott will close the poll.
Okay. All right, I'll end polling. Yeah, because it says 5 of 5 have voted. Okay, end polling. Okay. All right, that's it. Okay, you want me to announce it now or later?
I think we do that towards the end. Yes, the closing comments. So we'll move to evaluations now, and then we'll announce the winner towards the end.
Okay.
At this time, I am the evaluator, the general evaluator, which I will conduct the evaluation portion of our meeting. Later, I will call for reports for the speech evaluator, timer, counter, and grammarian. We'll also report on the quality of evaluations and make note of everything that happened or didn't happen but should have during the meeting. Who is our evaluator for Renee? Was it
Yeah.
Alicia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alicia, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you, Megan. I am evaluating Renee, wonderful speech that you did, Renee. So I am going to start with the items. It was, you excel in communication using the spoken word. Your vocal variety is very good. The eye contact also is very good. I call my attention that you are looking at your public, that is so difficult. I am trying now to look at the, at the camera, but we always forget, I don't know what, but you didn't forget. You absolutely looked at the camera. So this is very important to keep the connection with your audience. Your gestures are excellent. I like how you move your hands, your posture, your face, your smile is really good. The audience were absolutely paying attention to you, so very attractive way of presenting you have. Your comfort level is number 5, appears completely self-assured with the audience. And then you were talking about very interesting things. So your speech was extremely good. You make an impact on education and motivation of your audience. Your opening was very clear. Yeah, the structure follow a logic, and your voice was a good volume. So I don't have really nothing that I can say. You have to work on that. Work on the things that you are doing so well, and you're excellent to keep for going for an excellence on everything. And you talk about that you are aware of your need to improve analytical aspects, that you can improve that. So I agree with that. That will put another level of excellence in your speech. So everything worked really good, and I am happy to make your evaluation, Renee. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. That was wonderful. At this time, I would like to call upon the grammarian to give their report of today's meeting, please.
Hello, Toastmasters. This is my report as the grammarian for this morning's meeting. Again, my role was to encourage the use of the word of the day, joyful, and to note the use of the word of the day correctly or incorrectly. Additionally, I've been listening for word usage and noting any awkward or misuse of the English language, such as incomplete sentences or grammar. The Toastmaster used joyful one time today. A Topics Master spoke the word joyful in 2 instances. Toastmaster Sonia mentioned the word joyful once. Toastmaster Scott used joyful in 4 sentences. Yours truly, grammarian Toastmaster Renee, used joyful once. Our Toastmaster Megan and our guest Yui did not use the word joyful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would like to call on our counter to give his report, please.
Thank you.
So
Alicia seemed to have a really clean speech today, and all of her comments seemed to be really clean.
Thank you.
Same thing with Megan. Renee was super clean. Couldn't find anything with Renee, and I was really watching her with a lot of diligence. So she did an extraordinary job. I did not pick up that much for Sonia. I did not write anything down. With Huey, I heard a few uhs. I heard a you know. Other than that, it was really well done today, guys. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice work,
Back to you,
everyone.
Megan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Livingston. At this time, I will evaluate our meeting as a whole. We started on time today. We explained our roles. We had an interesting and engaging table topics. The members were called on in an appropriate order, and we invited our guests to participate. The evaluator did a wonderful job of evaluating the meeting, and the speakers were excellent and prepared today. So overall, I would say our meeting went very smoothly. At this point, we're on track to actually finish a little bit early. And I would like to thank all of the members who took on roles at today's meeting and facilitated an excellent Friday morning for us all. At this time, I will put on my Toastmaster hat and step away from my evaluator hat. And I would invite our ballot counter to present the award for best table topics today.
Okay, guys, so the best table topic speaker was me. It was a close vote, but it was me. So I thank you everybody for your votes. And I thank you everybody for participating today. Alicia, that was a great table topics subject.
Yeah.
I think everyone did a fantastic job. I'm really excited about Huey stepping up and speaking. So I appreciate everybody for participating in the table topics today. Back to you, Toastmaster.
That's about all I have for today. I was about to turn it back over to our president. Huey, unless you would like to have, if you have any comments about your experience today as a guest, we welcome you to share any comments.
Yeah, I think it's very joyful and youthful experience for me because this is not just not the first time, the second time, or the third time I joined a Toastmasters meeting, maybe 10 or 11, I don't remember. But I still have, feel good about the meeting. That's because it gave me a chance to express my opinion or something that's improve my public speaking skill. So I have connect to the people of the world, just like you, that's from America. It seems like an international meeting, so that's really fun and I enjoy it. So, and I appreciate what the Brini she said in this meeting. That's what she talked about the connect about something that's communication or motivation or something that what she said that's I think is good and some kind of her opinion that I really share with her, and I appreciate the speech, and also that's the atmosphere. I don't know that's, but the other Toastmasters I saw I had 30 or even 40 participants, so the atmosphere a little bit stressful or something that's make me not relax, but the meeting I think is better. So I thank you all of you that's organize, enjoy the meeting, and give me an experience opportunity to have fun and good time. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Joy.
Thank you. And at this time, I will turn our meeting back over to our president, Toastmaster Livingston, to close this out.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And Huey, we sincerely appreciate you for being our guest today. Thank you for stepping up and speaking. It's always difficult to speak in public. It's a challenge to speak in front of other people. It is particularly difficult to speak in another language, especially if it's not your native tongue or your mother tongue. And therefore, Huey, we appreciate you for joining us today and practicing your English and speaking with us and allowing us to learn from you. Alicia, thank you for the table topics subjects today, and thank you for hosting that.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for being our timer. Thank you to Megan for being our Toastmaster. You did a great job today. And thank you to Renee. You did a fantastic speech. You raised the bar. We all, I believe, learned something from your speech. I know I learned a lot from your speech. We heard from Huey that he learned from your speech. So thank you, Renee, for that great speech. And thank you for also enlightening us and helping us to understand the power of communication, different communication styles, and how we can adapt and change those communication styles based upon the need.
Right.
And
You're
also
welcome.
to adjust based upon our personalities. Yes, thank you, Renee. Fantastic. And Sonia, thank you for joining us today. It's always good to see you. I didn't know you were from Peru. So thank you for that little bit of insight. And I do hope that you'll get to see your family members more often and more fully after this pandemic. I think it's getting closer. So hopefully that will come true sooner rather than later. Thank you to everybody that joined us for the meeting today. Just a few more quick announcements. Our officers are going to be meeting on Tuesday, April the 13th at 8 in the morning. So I'll send out that invite as a reminder. And in closing, just in case people didn't hear the announcements at the beginning, if you have not yet paid your dues to Toastmasters International and League City Toastmasters, please do so. If you have any issues with logging into your account, please let me know. And with that, we will conclude, but I think, okay, a couple of things. I see Alicia with a hand up. Let's start with that. Go ahead, Alicia.
Yeah, I am so impressed and that we are an international group. See, Sonia from Peru, Huey from Vietnam, and me from Argentina. So half of the group today is international. And I have one thing for you, Huey, to see. See this bracelet is from Ho Chi Minh. I was recently, there. So not recently, before the pandemic. And I bought this and I am using in the pandemic to go through, but so anyway, I love your country. I truly love your country.
Yeah, so have you been to Ho Chi Minh City?
Yes.
I have too. Yeah.
You-
Ho Chi Minh
you-
City,
Yeah.
Da Nang, Hue,
Yeah.
and a cruise on Halong Bay.
Yeah.
Halong Bay, one of the UNESCO heritage. Yeah. So do you like the weather? Because in Ho Chi Minh City is so hot. The temperature is more than 30 Celsius degree. That's mean 90 Fahrenheit. So it's so hot. I have radio people that they told me that they complain about the weather because it's so hot and a lot of bicycle or something. But I think that's good. I love the Ho Chi Minh City as well. So.
Well, happy that you are with us, Huey.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, like Alicia said, one of the reasons that we have this meeting virtually, not only is it because of the pandemic and so forth, but what we realize is that this is also an opportunity for us to reach out beyond our geographical boundaries and to reach out beyond our limited time zone and to open up our meetings to people like Huey who can join our meeting at different times around the world. And we're excited to be an open club, to be an inclusive club, to be a diverse club, to be a supportive club, because our desire is to encourage people, to help people in their public speaking and their communication, develop their confidence, develop their skills for something that'll benefit them not only personally, but professionally and benefit all their relationships. That's why we do what we do. That's why I'm glad each of you are here. That's why I'm glad that Huey joined us for our meeting today. And if you guys know of anyone else that wants to join our meeting, they're always welcome to participate. We like having members, but we also like having guests. We had a great meeting today. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Hope you have a great holiday weekend. And if it's not a holiday for you, I hope you have a great weekend nonetheless. And we will meet again in 2 weeks. So that means we'll meet on April the 16th, same time, same channel. Everybody have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you very much, everybody.
You too.
Bye,
Yeah.
everyone.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Bye. So long.
Bye-bye.